And before we even met, this guy helped me get tickets to Tom Segura. What a guy, right? Yeah, that was us, bro. You remember me now? Jesus. We're matching shirts, right? And he's like, yo, I'll wear like the white guy version of what you're wearing. Kevin Patrick.
Appreciate the comedians who stuck around. I'm gonna say it. I've been watching this local comedy scene for a couple months now. To come and perform and leave and not hang out and watch everybody's kind of cunty. So I'm glad you're here, and I'm going to share a very special story. Not my story. This is a story I said to myself. I said, you know, the other thing in the news these days, especially in the comedian world, is none other than Dave Chappelle. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got a meme now. Everyone's got something to say about Dave. So I figured I'd share my opinion, but I'd share it with you in more of a story form because I actually am one of the human beings in life that actually has a story about Dave Chappelle. So I'll tell it to you. 1997, I'm a DJ in Aspen, Colorado. The guy comes in, he says, hey, you want to work for the HBO Comedy Arts Festival for the next 10 days? Pays $150 cash per day. Yeah, I'll take that job, sure. A little CB outfit. They've given me keys to a brand new Suburban with 600 miles on it. And for the next 10 days, my job is Sinbad's driver. I drive Sinbad from the Ritz-Carlton to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. It's the Young Comedy Arts Special, hosted by Dave Chappelle, is what they called him, a comedian, and he was the MC and introduced all of the new comedians. Well, during his second or third time up, he mentions he's from Washington, D.C. So anyway, he says, I'm from D.C. I'm like, shit, I'm from D.C. Let me go talk to this cat. You know, I walk up to him and whisper in his ear some D.C. shit that I can't share with you all, but it let him know that I knew, that he knew, that I knew, that we were DC dudes and that we could trust each other. And he says, cool, man, when I'm done tonight, what are you doing? I said, just hanging out. And he's like, do you know where I'm getting weed? I have now just completed a drug deal with Dave Chappelle and now get to hang out with him for the next 3 days because he has not really anything else to do. So now we're DC boys. We're hanging out for 3 days. We had a great time. We ate hamburgers. I could go on and on and on about all these cool things that happened, but it was Dave Chappelle. And what I remember clearly was he said, I'm writing this movie called Half Baked. And I said, that's cool, because right now I'm really baked, because we just smoked a ton of weed and hung out. 1997. There was no way to be like, yo, give me your digits, let's catch up later. I'm living in the mountains of Aspen. I don't know what's next. He takes off, there's his career. Fast forward many years later, my kids are just born. I'm living in Madison, Wisconsin. Dave Chappelle's coming to town. Something came up and I couldn't get to their stage that night. And I always said, fuck, I should have gone and talked to him. Because about a couple years later, that's when all that shit happened. And I found out this dude named Dave turned out $50 million. Good. Because I understand DC dudes. I understand what he went through. Fast forward to just a couple weeks ago, he's down at the big show. I wrote a letter, put it in the FedEx, I sent it to him, I sent it to his manager. Didn't get a response back. But now, because of this, I have a video telling the story. And Dave, you're done with the Netflix thing. I have a lot of funny shit to tell people. I need an opening act. I'm calling on you. Give me a call sometime. Thanks for you guys. Appreciate it.